Jamie on the mic, got the stats so tight. Jonathan's fire bringing heat tonight. Justin with the plays, got the game on lock. Jacob's got the style, we're ready to rock.
Brothers united, talking all the sports. Laughing, debating, we bring the reports from the field to the court. We calling the spree, four voices, brothers in the taste, pure comedy.
Get into college football, and we wanted to talk about that Penn State game first. That was just bad. Like, there's a reason he got fired.
Yeah,
it was a horrible game.
Before we get started,
listen.
Before we get started, let's send up prayers to Drew Aller. I know how we talked about him, but never want to see an injury, especially season ending. Mm-hmm. So prayers up to you. Hopefully you get a full recovery.
I was just about to say, I was going to say, I feel sorry for his injury, but brother's booty.
Okay.
Brother booty. We got to call facts is just facts, bro. He's trash. He's trash.
We can't even have like a little 30-second little pause. No. Okay.
No. But look, I do think this. I mean, I really can't say this is a test of time because Northwestern.
Yeah.
And it's one of those games that you still should have pulled out, no matter what. But score was 22-21, not a big blowout. You know, it was a tough game. You can tell from the score, I guess. But I mean, Northwestern put 4-2, 2-1 in the Big Ten. Penn State's 0-3. So that actually from the record showing here, Northwestern was a better team going to the game than Penn State.
I mean,
some people might like to argue about
crazy
that.
Northwestern
is comp.
Somebody might argue about that, but I mean, hey.
And while we're talking, UCLA just blew out Michigan State. So maybe we're a little, UCLA just had to get their feet wet. That's all it was.
UCLA, you want to know what's crazy, though? Speaking about coaching, the fact that UCLA's offensive coordinator, who has completely transformed their offense in the last, 3 weeks? Or is it 2 weeks? It's just 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Their offense looks legit. He was a tight ends coach on their offense, and he's been working on that staff for 6 years. Nobody's been taking advice from this kid. Like nobody's been like, hey.
Nobody knew he was there, probably.
I will say, I know we were talking about Penn State, but now we just switched to UCLA. I do find it weird that he gets posted more than the actual interim head coach.
Because the offense looks legit. They didn't turn the offense around.
Yeah.
But let's be real. He gets posted more because of his dad. He gets posted more because of his dad.
Sure.
His dad works for, is it CBS that he works for and does newscasts and stuff like that for?
Yeah, he's on that big panel. Yeah.
So Jamie.
Yeah, he's on the panel and stuff. And his dad went viral. I mean, his dad's well known in the media, but I'm not. But not bringing his dad into it. He is doing a phenomenal job.
For sure.
That offense looks legit. Like if he doesn't get the OC job at UCLA, a school is calling him because he looks really, really good. But another game we got.
That goes back to what you said about the UAB hire, though. You gonna give this guy a head coaching job at UCLA? Think about this. I understand that he's killing it right now, but it goes back to you just said UAB's head coach had no experience in that position before they made him head coach UAB. Now you want to put a tight ends coach as an OC of a big program?
I don't know if you misheard me. I didn't say he has earned a head coaching job just yet, but I said somebody's gonna come get him as an OC. You're telling me one of these schools that have.
I didn't say head coach.
Oh,
I said OC.
You don't think he deserves an OC spot? You're telling me if he goes, what? They got 6 more games left on their schedule, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or 5, one of the two. You're telling me if this offense stays the same for 5 weeks and he's got 7 weeks of tape as an OC with the offense looking the way he does, he hasn't earned an OC spot? You can't say he hasn't.
If they're rocking the same
even
way,
if it's not a Power 5. If this offense
that's different. Power 5, yes. If it's non-Power 5,
but honestly, I think if the offense looks this way against Big Ten opponents, and they have a couple more, they play Indiana still, which Indiana we're going to get into their defense looks legit. You're telling me if he goes out calls a game that puts 30 points up on that Indiana defense, he hasn't earned an OC spot. I don't know how you can't say that.
Mm-hmm.
Assistant.
Now, do we need to see more? We need to see more for sure because now people got 2 weeks of tape on him. So now you're going to really see him coaching because he's kind of shocked you for 2 weeks. Now you got 2 weeks of tape on him. So after this next week's going to be really telling when defensive coordinators kind of know how you call plays. So the next week's going to be telling. But I'm saying if he finishes the year out with legit, he's going to get him an OC spot. If it's not at UCLA, he'll get him an OC spot somewhere because he's doing a great job right now with the offense that looked absolutely terrible.
Yeah.
That's the more impressive part. But speaking of a team that we were just talking about, that Indiana game.
Oof.
Hey, I told y'all, I want to say, I'm going to throw this out there because we do college picks every week. I picked Indiana to win. That defense is legit.
I give them that.
That defense is legit.
Too.
And that offense can score.
Is real. Yeah.
That defense, they play good defense. And really and truly, you talk about that defense, that score, well, and I forget the final score, but if you look, that defense didn't give up that many points because
it was 30-20.
30-20. And one of the defense really only gave up 13 points because one of the scores was a pick six.
True.
13 points to an Oregon offense is pretty legit. I'm just saying.
Wait.
I think Jacob's about to have the same thought I'm about to have. Go ahead, Jacob.
I'm just saying.
Pause, bro.
Oregon's biggest win was against Penn State, and they struggled against them. And now they struggled against Indiana and then lost to Indiana, which means there is zero comp in the Big Ten that I have seen other than Ohio State because they're reigning champions. I got to give them that. But other than that, there's zero comp in the Ohio.
So this is my argument. I'm glad you brought that up. I'm glad you brought that up because this is going to come up later in my top 10.
Okay.
You could say Ohio State, but we've seen Ohio State and Indiana play the same team in Illinois. Ohio State won 34-16. Indiana beat Illinois 63-10. So you're talking about Ohio State's the only one that looks good. They've played the same team. Indiana beat them 63-10. Ohio State beat them 34-16. And Ohio State average starting field position was a 49-yard line. Put up 34 points. Indiana beat them 63-10. It was never a football game.
Whoa. I never said that Ohio State was comp. I'm just giving them props from last season because they're the champs.
He's saying he thinks it's only Indiana, Ohio State right now.
Yeah.
Okay. I was about to say, but who got them first though, Jamie? Who did they play? Did they play Ohio State first before they play Indiana?
Indiana played Illinois first.
Yeah, and then Ohio State played.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 2 weeks ago, beat them 63-10 2 weeks ago. And then they went to Oregon and did to Oregon what they did to Oregon. That's what I'm saying. Indiana looks like a legit, to me personally right now, and I know this is going to piss people off, Indiana looks like the best team in the Big Ten right now at this current juncture from what they have done.
Oh, man. I don't know.
They were in my top 10. They were in my top 10. So I'm going to give them that for right now. But I still have to agree with Jacob on this one. Comp matters, man.
Yeah.
But the only game that Indiana's looked bad in this year, that Iowa game looks bad because they only beat Iowa 20-15. They had an ugly game against Iowa. But if you want to really think about it, do you think they were focused on Iowa or do you think they were looking ahead at Oregon because they were going to Oregon the next week? So do you think they went into – you could say, hey, we just beat Illinois 63-10. We're thinking about Oregon in 2 weeks. And so then they played Iowa and had an ugly win against Iowa. But you could say, hey, we were peeping ahead a little bit. Realistically.
I don't know if I put them over Ohio State yet because
I can't either. I can't.
Yeah.
Ohio State's defense.
Yeah, Ohio State's defense is, I think, probably the best defense.
And they're high-powered offense.
I mean, I would definitely put them two, but I can't give them one yet.
You can't say high-powered offense.
Say high-powered offense.
I was about
Ohio
to say
State does not have a high-powered offense.
Well, I'm saying, but my thing is like, when it comes to stuff like this, who's better this year? I still have to go back. Who's consistently done this?
I get what you're saying. Right now, though,
that's just me personally.
Right now, personally, I just think Indiana is coming out there to prove something, and they're going to be they're a team to watch for the rest of the year.
Okay.
Yeah,
they don't, but the thing that kills me, and it kills me about Ohio State too, is they don't meet any of the other Big Ten people for the rest of the year.
Yep, that's what I said. I said Oregon made it. Oregon made it to the playoffs. They played nobody the rest of the year. They played 0 people the rest of the year.
Both of them, and another comp game we're going to get to see. So Ohio State plays Penn State in 3 weeks, right?
That's not comp.
I want to
they
say
play 2 weeks.
No, it's November 1st. November 1st. So they have a bye week before Penn State. Indiana
right.
also will play Penn State.
They also play
in a couple weeks.
UCLA
they do play UCLA and Penn State. So we'll get to see Indiana plays UCLA and they play Penn State. Ohio State plays them too. So we'll get to see 2 more comp games to look at because they're going to play each other's team. It'll be interesting to see. But a game we got to get into. What's up?
While we are on the Big Ten, can we also talk about how Michigan lost again? Just saying.
And they lost to?
They lost to
USC.
USC.
Hey,
USC is not that bad of a team.
I'm not saying that. That's what I'm just saying. Like the comp level is not that high in the Big Ten. That's what I'm saying.
No. I'm not saying you keep saying comp, and I want to say this. One thing that I think people forget about, or not forget about, but we're kind of overlooking. I don't think it's comp. I think in the years of NIL that we have, I think NIL 1 has made teams not as congruent, or is that the word I'm looking for? Like they don't mesh and play as well together as we've seen teams in the past. Like the teams that were used to being well-oiled and all that, these kids are just getting together. They're just figuring it out. And it's really going to take 7-8 games for them to flow as a good team, right? But 2, I think NIL is truly evening the field out. I think any Saturday, anybody could beat anybody because NIL has taken where you used to have starters in your backup. NIL put them starters on the other team. NIL put them starters on Indiana. NIL put them starters on a USC team who's been trying to build up again, even though they keep saying they're back and stuff, but they're trying to build it again. Like it.
One of the folks had back in the day, anyways. Forget about Reggie Bush, bro. Come on, man.
When have they been relevant in the last 10 years?
Yeah, true. With Caleb Williams.
Besides Caleb Williams, they lost the big games. So same thing. We're talking about James Franklin. They lost the big games. So that's what I'm saying. NIL is making things even, but that USC game, I mean
USC is still ranked.
What I mean by comp is what I mean by comp is
against Illinois.
Let's be honest.
They're still 5-1. They're still 5-1.
Okay, let's be honest. Even with Northwestern, with NIL and stuff, they still don't have the same competition or the same athletes as Penn State. Let's be honest. Even though they have NIL, they still don't have the same. That's what I mean by comp. Like, their team doesn't have to be that good to still be comp because they got athletes on their team. If they have athletes on the team, you're comp. But
my thing is, this is go back to it's just college football at the end of the day, man. It like Jamie, you were saying, any given Sunday, anybody can get beat by any team. This is even before NIL. Wholeheartedly, like I said, it's college football, man. Like it's college football, baby. Money is a bigger factor when it comes to athletes, but when it comes to winning these games, this is college football, man. You never know who's gonna win sometimes. We have expectations.
I agree with that. No, for sure. But I think NIL has leveled the playing field a lot more. Teams who were bad can get good quick. Texas Tech is an example. I keep harping on them. I know y'all get mad at me harping on them, but Texas Tech is an example. They went from being absolutely garbage to a top 10 team because they spent $21 million in the offseason. Like,
you must forget
you can turn your whole program around. And once Indiana, another example. Look at Indiana 2 years ago before dude takes over. He comes in and says, I'm a good coach. We got a little bit of money. I've been doing my thing at James Madison. Come follow me at Indiana, see what happens. And what did he do? In first year, has him in the college football playoff. We ain't talked about Indiana in football. When's the last time we've truly talked about Indiana in football?
Never.
No, but I ain't never heard about him.
But NIL made him flip a roster in 2 seasons. Really and truly in 1 season.
Yeah.
I mean,
so NIL's level the playing field. But I do have a question for you. Is the NIL or USC, because we brought that up, is this win more Michigan or is it USC?
USC.
I think
USC. They have
USC. I think Michigan has been frauds the whole time.
They have authentic USC. If you watch them, they have authentic athletes. The quarterback, they have a couple of dominant wide receivers that are playmakers and a decent, it's an okay running game. So I do think that USC is a true contender. So I think their win was more USC than it was just Michigan is just underperforming and suck. And I hate to say it because I love Bryce Underwood. I love him.
I think, and again, we like to talk about games that just kind of catch you sometimes. I truly think USC's one loss to Illinois, which I say Illinois, I know people hate that. Illinois is not a bad football team.
No.
They're not a great football team, but they're not a bad football team. I think you can kind of look at USC. They were peeping at that Michigan game and underestimated Illinois, and Illinois came in and got a win. I mean, and it was a close game. Like, I was shocked that they pulled it out. So I think USC is a better football team, but we'll get to see it this weekend. They're playing Notre Dame. So that's going to be a game to watch this weekend. I feel like every single week have we had a week of college football this year where we haven't been like, hey, I'm kind of excited to watch 3 or 4 games?
Yeah, it's good.
Except week 0.
Exactly. No, it's been fun. It's been a fun college football year. Yeah. But